প্রিয় ছাত্রছাত্রীরা, আমরা জানি যে তোমাদের স্কুল বন্ধ আছে, প্রিয় শিক্ষকদের ক্লাস থেকে বঞ্চিত হচ্ছ। আমরা সেই তোমাদের অসুবিধাটা পুষিয়ে নেওয়ার জন্য জেলা প্রশাসনের তরফ থেকে তোমাদেরই প্রিয় শিক্ষকদের মাধ্যমে বিভিন্ন বিষয়ে কন্টেন্ট তৈরি করে তোমাদের উদ্দেশ্যে আমরা পাঠাচ্ছি। আমরা ইউটিউব চ্যানেল, ফেসবুক পেজ, আমাদের লোকাল লিস্ট চ্যানেলে এগুলো প্রচার করার ব্যবস্থা করছি। আশা করি তোমরা সেগুলো দেখে শুনে তোমাদের যে প্রিয় শিক্ষকদের ক্লাসকে এনজয় করো। বাসায় বসে থেকে তোমাদের যে বিষয়ভিত্তিক পড়াশোনাগুলো আছে সেগুলো চালিয়ে যাও। বাসায় থাকো, সুস্থ থাকো, তোমাদের জন্য শুভকামনা।
जी जी करो सर। अच्छा देखते सर।
Hello students, how are you? Hope you are all well by the grace of Almighty, and of course all of you are staying at home. In this situation, there is no alternative of staying at home. So please stay at home and be safe. I repeat, please stay at home and be safe. I am Partho Protim Pal, Assistant Teacher English of Shoikot Girls High School. Today I am going to discuss on passage narration, how to change the narration, how to change the speech. All of you know, if anyone says something, we can express it in two ways. We can express it to direct way, and we can also express it through indirect way. So you should say, here I am, first of all I am giving you two examples of direct speech and indirect speech. I hope all of you know it. In spite of that, I review this again. So he said to me, I have done the work. I have done the work. So here I have written what the exactly, I have written exactly what the speaker said. I haven't changed anything. So this is the direct speech. When I write it changing something like this, he said to me that he had done the work. He had done the work. I have changed the verb, tense of the verb. I have changed the person here. So if I write this statement in this way, then it should be indirect speech. It is indirect speech. So in direct speech, we have seen two parts. He said to me, this is a part. I have done the work. This is another part. So this part is called the reporting clause, and I have done the work. This is a reported clause. Here we can see also two parts. He said to me, this is a part, and this is main clause, and that he had done the work, this is another part, and this is subordinate clause. So in direct speech we can see two part. In indirect speech we can also see two part. Now all of you know, in spite of that, I want to discuss it again. I want to review it You please listen for a while. Then you can easily. So we go to go to passage narration. Suppose when we turn the direct speech into indirect, what should we do? We should change something. We should change the verb of the reporting speech. We should change the tense of the verb of reported speech. We should change the person. We should change the demonstrative. We should change the time adverbial. I am giving an example for you. Follow this. He said to me, I want to meet you tomorrow. I want to meet you tomorrow. So, when I turn it into indirect speech, I have to write in this way. He told me that he wanted to meet me the next day. In this way I have to change. So if I follow these two sentences, what can I see? Here said is turned into told. I have changed. So the verb of the reporting speech is changed. Said is turned into told. Here I is turned into he. Want is turned into wanted. And the time adverbial tomorrow is turned into the next day. In this way, we have to change these things. All of you know it. And so, if the changing of the verb of reported speech, tense of the verb of the reported speech depends on the tense of the verb of reporting speech. Here, if the reporting verb is in the present tense or future tense, the tense of the reported verb will never be changed. But if it is in the past tense, the tense of this verb must be changed. How can I change it? We can change it in this way. If we have present indefinite tense or present simple, we have to change it into past simple or past indefinite. If we have past indefinite here, we can change it, we must change it into present continuous should be turned into past continuous. Present perfect should be turned into past perfect. Present perfect continuous should be turned into past perfect continuous. And past indefinite should be turned into past perfect. Past continuous. If we have past continuous here, we must change into past perfect continuous. If we have future indefinite, it must be turned into conditional. Or if we have future continuous, it should be turned into future conditional. In this way, we can change. We can change the verb, tense of the verb. Tense of the verb. So, tense of the verb we can change in this way. Now, we have to change another thing, that is changing of time adverbial. Changing of time adverbial. How can we change the time adverbial? If in direct speech we have today, we can change it into that day. Yesterday should be changed into the previous day. Tomorrow, it should be changed into the next day. Last night should be changed into the night before. Tomorrow night should be turned into the next night. Ago should be turned into before. Next year should be turned into the following year. Now should be turned into then oblique at that time. In this way, we can change the time adverbial of direct speech when we turn it into indirect speech. Then we have to change the demonstrative. We have to change the demonstrative. How can we change the demonstrative? So, if we have these in the direct speech, it should be changed into that. If we have these, then it should be turned into those. If we have it, and it should, you can keep it as it. At the same time, you can change it as that. So in this way, we can change the demonstrative. Then changing person, we have to change another thing, that is person. How can we change the person? I am writing here. Suppose he said to me, I have been living in this town for 3 years. Here, if we have first person in direct speech, it must be changed according to the subject of reporting verb. First person should be turned, should be changed according to the verb, according to the subject of the reporting verb. If we have second person here, we can change it according to the object of reporting verb. So first person should be changed according to the subject of reporting verb. Second person should be changed according to the object of reporting verb. If we have third person here, we will not change it. In this way, we change the person. So we change the tense of this verb. If the reporting verb is in the past tense, we must change the person. We change the time adverbial. We have to change the demonstrative. These should be changed when we turn a direct speech into indirect speech. Now I am going to discuss with some pages narration that you have in different board questions. Suppose I am writing here. I would like to show you a poster. Here I have brought some pages narration for you. So you please read it. At the same time I am reading it. The teacher said to the boy, do you think that honesty is the best policy? The boy said, yes sir, I think so. Then learn to be honest from your boyhood, said the teacher. Thank you sir, said the boy. May Allah grant you a long life, said the teacher to the boy. So how can we change it? Here, the teacher said to the boy, do you think that honesty is the best policy? So here the speaker is the teacher and it is spoken to the boy. The teacher is spoken to the boy. So, do you think that honesty is the best policy? This is a question. So, how can we change it? The teacher, so as it is interrogative sentence, we have to write the teacher asked the boy. The teacher asked the boy, do you think that honesty is the best policy? This is a yes no question. Because of that, we have to use if here. If you, this is the second person, it should be turned, it should be changed into the according to the object, the boy, he to he, that means the boy. Think should be this is the present indefinite tense. Present indefinite tense should be turned into past indefinite. So think must be changed into thought. THOUGHT. If he thought that honesty is the best policy. Honesty is the best policy. The verb will not be changed because it is universal truth. Honesty is the best policy. Then come to the next sentence. The boy said, yes, sir. So if sir is used, then we have to use a word respectfully. So the boy respectfully replied in the affirmative. If you have yes here, you have to say replied in the affirmative. If you have no, then you have to write he replied in the negative. So as sir is used, we have to use respectfully. So the boy respectfully replied in the affirmative. The boy respectfully replied in the affirmative. Okay, now come to the next affirmative. Then we have another part, I think so. That means the boy thinks so. So and added that he thought. Think should be turned into thought. THOUGHT, thought so in the affirmative, and added that he thought so. Now come to the another sentence. Then learn to be honest from your boyhood, said the teacher. It is the sentence which is spoken and which is said. The teacher said it. That means then learn to be honest. Learn to be honest. This is the imperative sentence, we know. Okay, so the teacher, and we should consider is as an advice. So because of that, then the teacher advised to learn to be honest from, you should be changed into his money, boys, his boyhood. So we should write it here in this way. Then the teacher advised the boy to learn to be honest from his, that means boyhood. His boyhood. So come to the next sentence, said the teacher. Thank you, sir, said the boy. So this is the speech of the boy. So thank you, sir, said the boy. Here again sir is used. So respectfully, I have to use respectfully. So the boy respectfully thanked the teacher. The boy respectfully thanked, T-H-A-N-K, it is thanked the teacher. Thanked the teacher. Okay. Thank you, sir, said the boy. May Allah grant you a long life, said the teacher to the boy. This is an optative sentence. So, when optative sentence is used, we should use wish or prayer here. The teacher wished that Allah might, may should be turned into might, Allah might grant him a long life. Remember, you must have to change the tense of the verb. At the same time, you must have to change the person. So think of the teacher wished, or the teacher prayed that Allah might grant him. You should be changed into the boy, him, a long life. So I am writing here. We can use last of all here. Last of all, the teacher prayed that Allah might grant him a long life. So in this way we can turn this passage narration. We can change the species of this passage narration in this way. So if you follow this rule, you can easily you will be able to change the narration, change the species. Now I am going to discuss on another passage narration. First I am going to read it. I have written it in a poster. So I want to show you this passage. My mother said, won't you go to school today? I said, Mother, I feel feverish today. I don't want to go to school. Okay, take rest now. You should be more careful about your health, said the mother. This is the passage. Now we solve it. Try to solve this. Here I am reading it. My mother said, won't you go to school today? Here the speaker is my mother, and she is spoken to me. So my mother, and won't you go to school today? This is a question. So how can I change it? My mother asked, asked me, as it is not WS question, as it is a yes no question. So here, as a subordinating conjunction, we have to use if. If you, this is the second person should be changed into changed according to the object of this verb, a reporting verb. So the object of this reporting verb is me. So here considering this object, I have to write here I. If I won't go, will not go, that means it should be turned into will not, should be turned into would not. If I would not go to school, today, time adverbial should be changed. Today must be changed into that day. So I have to write here that day. So how I have changed? My mother asked me if I would not go to school that day. I said, mother, I feel feverish today. I don't want to go to school. There is two sentences here. First, we change the first one, then we have to change the second one in this way. I said, mother, I feel feverish. So how can I write it? This was a question. So according to the question, I am replying it. So because of that I should use I replied. My mother. I replied my mother. As it is the assertive sentence, then I have to use that here. That I, this is the first person should be changed into first according to the subject of the reporting verb. So I have to write here I. Feel should be changed into felt. So I felt feverish. Today, time adverbial today should be changed into that day. But I have another sentence here. I don't want to go to school. This is another sentence. So if we have another sentence, then we write in this way. I also added that. I replied my mother that. Here I have to write I also added that. I also added that I don't want. I don't should be changed into didn't. I didn't go to school. I didn't go to school. Okay. Now come to another sentence. Okay, take rest now. You should be more careful about your health, said the mother. Both the sentences are the statements of mother. So okay. So because of okay, I have to write being agree. Being agree, A-Z-R-E, agree. Mother advised, mother told me told me to take, as it is imperative sentence, to take rest. To take rest now should be changed into then. To take rest then. So you should be more careful about your health, said the mother. So mother advised her. So she, last of all, you should use last of all, as it is the passive narration, last of all, she advised me that I should be more careful about my health. I should be more careful about my health. In this way, we can turn the direct speech into indirect. So, dear students, that's all for today. I hope if you practice it, keeping the rules that I have discussed to you, you will be able to solve. You will be able to do the passage narration well. Thank you very much.